How's it going, everybody? Ben from basesetmew here, and welcome back to the channel. In this video I am doing another pack battle. It's been a while since I've last done one of these, and this one is gonna be real special, since we are going to be battling Battle Partners versus Heatwave Arena, two of my favorite recent sets, and I'm actually really excited. Now, I did one of these before, not this one in fact, but a Japanese pack battle, if you want to call it that. And unfortunately though, it took quite some time, because 60 packs to go through does take quite some time, even though the only pull that realistically matters would be the SR or higher, hopefully higher. I still need a bunch of these from both sets, which is why I'm doing this, and then if I don't get either, I'll probably just, cut my losses and buy the raw copies of the cards that I'm missing. Also, speaking of cards that I'm missing, I've recently had a look at some binder alternatives. I'm still using the Precious Collector box binder, and I didn't even realize that. It doesn't actually fit 360 cards, it actually fits, I think, 240, which is way less than a normal standard, 9-pocket binder. I think most of them have 20 pages. So I'm actually thinking about maybe upgrading my binder, if that makes sense. Alright, first pack of Battle Partners right here. Let's see what we can get. Let's see, first pack up right here. Last time I've opened Battle Partners, I've had some great luck. Let's see, nothing in the first pack though, but we still have plenty to go through. So I think for this one I might go a little bit faster if I can. And I do have to remember where to put the pulls, don't get them accidentally mixed up, because that would be kind of bad. Star U. The first box of Heatwave Arena that I've opened didn't have that great luck, to be honest. Didn't have that great luck, although Battle Partners did give me the Salamence. Oh, also, I've forgotten. This Battle Partners box is actually from Amazon Japan once again. And I did get it like a little while ago, actually, so this has just been sitting here on my table. I think I've mentioned it a couple of times in some of my other videos, waiting for the right opportunity to be unboxed, which is right now, in a pack battle setting. Originally I had planned something a little bit different, but I think this makes more sense, since I wanted to open more Heatwave Arena as well. And, at some point I'd like to open Glory 2 Team Rocket. Nice! A Cynthia's Garchomp, very, very cool. And an Ogrepon, look at that lovely illustration. Great stuff right there. Alright, that is the first pull for Heatwave Arena. Not too shabby. Let's see if Battle Partners can pull even with that one with a double rare on its own. Alright, Whalmer. Got a Noibat, Metapod, Ents Castle, and nope. I really do like doing these pack battles, I think I've mentioned it before. What I don't like though is usually doing these big battles, especially with like Japanese packs, because, for the most part you just get bulk, because realistically it only matters what kind of super wares and what kind of illustration rares you pull, right? That's the only thing that really matters, but it's still fun, especially if you haven't opened a lot of these sets. This is the second box for either one. Yo, okay, very nice. Very, very nice. A Mamoswine EX, okay. So we have a double rare on both sides right here. So yeah, this is actually my second box for either of these sets that I'm opening right now, and most likely going to be the last, unless I can get either of them for, like, real MSRP. I guess the Battle Partners was MSRP because, I got it from, Amazon Japan. This one wasn't, though. I got this one off Card Market. So we shall see. Oh no, I just opened Heatwave Arena. I'm still getting used to the names. It's actually Heatwave Arena. I think the name is still all over the place with Hot Wind Arena, Heatwave Arena, whatever. Whoa, I don't think I've pulled this Smetang before. By Oswaldo Cato. That looks super cool, right? I love Oswaldo Cato's illustrations. They're great. Sprigatito, got a Butterfree, and Brock. Look at that one. Actually, let me take it from this side, so we do have it very, very even though the sides really don't matter. Let's see, I have a good feeling about this pack. Maybe our first illustration rare. Yo, an SAR! Yo, holy moly, with the Mabo Stiff, I think. It's not the Greavert, I usually always get them confused, but I think this is the Mabo Stiff with Arwin. Yo, it is an SAR, very, very nice, that is so cool. pulling any SAR from either of these sets is gonna be a banger. Like, all of them are so cool. All of them are super, super cool. Alright, here is the Mapo Stiff up close. Very cool looking card. Very nice. Wasn't on my radar, although, you know, I had to exclude certain cards because of my, you know, space constraint in my current binder. But if I do decide to upgrade, I'll probably add these ones as well, because I would have so much more space. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm still not sure what kind of binder I want to get. I have one in mind, which is the Game-Genic something zip binder. I think it's Xenoskin, although that might have been from Ultimate Guard. Really cool looking binder though. Really, really cool. Also had some pretty great reviews. I've heard of Volt X binders. I mean, who hasn't at this point, right? Who hasn't heard of Volt X? But I think, from what I recall, most of them, like, they do feel good, but they don't hold up long term from what I've heard, though. Not sure if that's true or not. But if that's the case, I'd like to go with the Game-Genic or Ultimate Guard. Haven't decided which one of the two. But we shall see. If I do get a new binder, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Although it does feel kind of bad, you know, not getting rid. I just probably wouldn't use the Precious Collector Box binder for a really long time. It does feel kind of bad switching it out, you know. Oh, here we go. Ends Zoroark. Very, very cool. Very nice. Let's put you right there with the Mamoswine. Very nice. No SAR on the Battle Partner side, although I have already pulled one from the Battle Partner side before, the Salamence. Pulling one from this side right now is super, super cool. Although my number one chase would have still been the Cynthia's Garchomp, but as I said, pulling any SAR from a Japanese booster box is such a treat, especially from these sets, because every single one is a banger. Like, oh my god, this is a cool one. Okay, we've got Ethan's Typhlosion by Ghidorah. Holy moly, that is an... Yo, okay, Hot Wind Arena or Heatwave Arena, still getting the names mixed up. Is it running away with this pack battle? Look at that. Pulling the SAR and now pulling Ethan's Typhlosion. Last time I checked, this was the most valuable illustration rare in this set. It probably still is. I mean, it is a really cool one. Look at that one. You know, if the centering turns out to be great, I might actually send this into grading. That is such a cool card. And that illustration, man. I can't get enough of that one. That is super cool. Right. Okay, battle partners. Can you pull after that one? Can you do something like that as well? Let's see. Let's see. Maybe right here? Nope, that's just an item card right there. Not to worry though, not to worry. We still have so many packs to go through. Looking at the time, 10 minutes. I think we're good on time. Maybe I'll go by a bit quicker, especially with the Heatwave Arena side, since, you know, we have pulled the SAR. Apart from like a few, illustration rares, there isn't really anything that could surprise us. Although, maybe there is a second super rare, you know, it does happen occasionally. Well, it has happened to me only once in a standard set. But, you know, that's besides the point, while we do have a lot of time, because, you know, I usually don't get to open so many packs in one opening, let's talk a little bit about the upcoming videos. So I have planned a, oh nice, a Yan Mega. I think I've pulled this one before. This is still really, really cool. Going right there. And Ethan. Oh right, no, last time I pulled Ethan, not Brock. That's right. Now I remember. So I have planned a Simplified Chinese 151 opening again. I have bought both boxes, one slim, one jumbo, and at the time of recording, they're currently being shipped. We'll see if they arrive in time for next week's video, no, on Saturday. Hopefully they do, but if not, then I might just go ahead and upload it whenever they do, even if it, you know, doesn't coincide with the upload schedule. But I hope they do arrive. And I also have the previous expansion, the one that features God of War. I've forgotten the name. I should have looked up the name beforehand, eh? I still have that one. I'll probably open that like the week after. We shall see. And I also have a really, really cool mail day lined up in the near future. You know, yes, I said I recently bought 2,000 euros worth of Pokemon cards, and now I'm doing another mail day. But it's gonna be great. It's not gonna be quite as expensive, although a certain card in there was kind of pricey, to be honest. But I've wanted that card for a pretty long time. It does complete a certain trio, if you will. And also, you know, small hint right there, I've bought my very first gold star for my main binder. That is going to be an insane mail day, and you might think, well, the gold star, isn't that going to be super expensive? Well, actually yes, but actually no. If that makes sense. Usually the gold stars are going to be pretty expensive, and that one usually would be, but I got it for an insane price. Once you see the mail day, and you actually see the prices, you're not going to believe me. It's such an insane price. Okay, what's going on with this Battle Partners box? We haven't pulled anything from it apart from two double rares. You know, if this wasn't from Amazon Japan, I might have be a little bit suspicious about some potential tampering going on here. But this is from Amazon Japan, so I'm not too concerned. McCargo, very cool. And a pincer right there. Alright, let's see. I have a good feeling about this pack, though. I have a really good feeling about this one. Let's see if I'm right. Matang again. Very cool. Love that Matang illustration. That's great. And... yo! Okay! We have the Centrid, I think this... no, Centrid is the pre-evolution to this one. What is this one called? Hang on. We have the Ferret right here. I actually had to look up the name because I wasn't sure. Look at that super cute illustration by Rend. So well done. Very cool. Okay. Well, oh, and look right here. We have a Pokemon product scalper. Look at that one. Very cool for Pokemon to include that card in the recent sets. To make light of the situation going on right now. Okay, jokes aside though, this Ferret is really cool, and it is the first pull for the Battle Partner site, so hopefully many more to follow. Looks like we're almost done with the right side on either one of these. So let me just open the last remaining packs right here. Let's see, what is this one? Nope, that is just a Judge card and a Psyduck at the end there. Oh, right. Completely forgotten. We still have a potential chance to get Misty's Psyduck in the Heatwave Arena. I did get Misty's Lapras when I first opened it, and I was pretty happy about that. But the Psyduck actually looks really cool. So maybe we can get lucky with this one. Oh, the Salamence! Not the SAR for the Battle Partner site, but it is the Salamence again. That's funny. That is really funny. Pulling the Salamence SAR from the first one from Amazon Japan, and now pulling the full art. Okay, well, that is quite funny, eh? Alright, one last pack. Nope, looks like two more packs on the right side of either of these boxes. Well, this will be a pretty long video, judging by the recording time. I do hope you enjoy this one. I do hope you enjoy. Here is that really cool Hydrapple. That looks really cool. Oh right, that's also an SAR in here, right? I'm pretty sure it's in here, or is it in whatchamacallit? Prismatic Evolutions? Forgotten name. Terrestrial Festival EX, there you go. That's the Japanese name. Forgotten Japanese name for a second. That's also a set I do want to open at some point again. One last pack of Hot Wind Arena, Heatwave Arena, sorry, of the right side. Let's see, we've already pulled plenty of cards from Heatwave Arena. Oh, Ethan's Ho-Oh double rare, very cool. Nice, okay. Let's put you right there. Alright, then there we go. With the last remaining 15 booster packs on each side, we still have 2 illustration rares to pull on either side, and then, you know, maybe a second super rare, although, we'll see. So let's get on with it. I also did check the price on the illustration rare specifically for Heatwave Arena, because I wasn't sure anymore on the Ethan's Typhlosion, and it's the second most expensive illustration rare in the set. The most expensive one is the Misty Psyduck. Oh, here we are. Speaking of illustration rares, or art rares I should call them, here we have another one. Very cool. Not one I was personally after, but this is very nice because I haven't pulled this one before. So this is completely new, and I do love not getting repeats of any cards. That's the best, right? That is the best. Okay, so far, Heatwave Arena is in the lead, not just with the illustration rest, but I think in overall, in terms of value, it is way ahead of Battle Partners. We'll see if maybe an artware from the Battle Partner site can remedy that, can make it pull even or even ahead. I don't know, I don't think so, but we're here for a good time. After all, and this is all in good fun, and this is really fun to do. I should really do more pack battles. I feel like I love doing them almost as much as I love doing mail days, but mail days are still my favorite kinds of videos to do. That is such a cool feeling to me. Alright, speaking of a binder, oh here we go, Tyranitar, really cool looking. Speaking of a binder, and I think pretty much I've decided to get the Game Genic one. I've had some time to think about during this opening, and I think I'm gonna go with the Game Genic one, although I don't know when I will order that, maybe just after the recording, or maybe I'll just wait until the Precious Collector Box binder is actually completely full, and then I'll grab one. We shall see. But I like that the Precious Collector Box binder is so well planned out, right? And 240, to go from 240 to 360, I'm pretty sure the Precious Collector Box binder only holds 240. That would be an increase of 120 cards, which is maybe a little bit too much. I don't need that much space, I only need like a few more spots for, you know, some upcoming SARs, and then probably the SARs, or whatever they're going to be called, when the next expansion hits, which I do wonder if the next expansion is just gonna be, well, there we go, couldn't open that pack for a second. I do wonder if the next expansion is just gonna be Legends ZA, like for the next 3 years or so, or if they just do something. No, they can't do something different. It has to be Legends ZA, right? Because Scarlet and Violet should come to an end in early 26, maybe, so I'm pretty sure this is the last year of Scarlet and Violet, believe it or not. But we shall see, I suppose. Only time will tell. They have teased some cards, and I'm actually really hyped about them. The Mega evolved Pokemon are making a return, same with the cards. Oh, a Swinub! Okay, this is a repeat, but this is a repeat I am very happy about, because this is a really cool looking art rare. Still reminds me of Demon Slayer for some reason, I have no idea why. No clue. Alright, and getting sleeved up, there we go. So now we're already even. One art rare missing on each side, and then maybe an additional super rare, who knows? Who knows? Let's see, is this the last art rare? Nope, that's just a Spiritomb, really cool looking Spiritomb by Cynthia. Speaking of Cynthia, you do know that my chase card from Heatwave Arena is still the Cynthia's Garchomp. But you know, after this box, most likely being my last, I'll go out and grab the single version, like the raw copy of that one. Not trying to pull it anymore. You know that doesn't work, right? You'll just waste your money. Just buy the single if you really want the card. Although, don't do that for Prismatic Evolutions for, you know, obvious reasons. The most obvious reason is everything is overpriced. Not just the product, but the cards in Prismatic Evolutions as well. I haven't checked the prices recently between Prismatic Evolutions and Terrastal Festival EX. But they were like way lower in Terrastal Festival EX compared to Prismatic Evolutions. It's a big surprise there, big whoop. Who would have thought that the product that's more readily available, it just feels like more readily available, Terrastal Festival EX is cheaper in terms of the cards you can pull from there. Which is great, in my opinion. The cards should only go up to a certain value. That might be controversial, but I feel like if a card is like over 1,000 in a new set, mind you, in a new set, like Vintage, we'll leave Vintage out of this for now, because there's a reason why Vintage cards are so sought after and so expensive, right? They don't print anymore. But for modern cards, if a modern card goes over like 1,000 euros or dollars or something like that, that's just ridiculous to me. I don't think that's okay, and that's my humble opinion. Feel free to disagree with it. If you do, leave a comment and tell me why you disagree with that opinion. I'd be happy to discuss it, honestly. But here we go. Nope, no art rare. I had a good feeling about this one. Maybe it was this pack that I had a good feeling. Right, let's do it like this. I have a good feeling about this pack, and I want to make a shorts video out of it. It's gonna look really cool, right? Watch. It's gonna be an illustration rare. Art rare, sorry, art rare. Okay, right here. Oh, it's a double rare though, the Mabo Stiff, or Arwin's Mabo Stiff, I should say. We have the SAR version of that one. So there you go. And that is 4 double rares, so that is all of our double rares on this side. I think we're still missing 2 on this side. So we're getting at least one more art rare and 2 more double rares. So let's see which one it will be in this pack. Oh, a double rare, another Salamence, very nice, pulling the full art and now pulling the double rare. I can't tell if I pulled that Salamence double rare before, I don't know. I can't tell. Also, the cards are all over the place, because I have limited space, because otherwise the light would glare. Ah, problems. Alright. Let's see. A Pichu, very cute. Phoebus. Got a Toad School. Oh my god! We have Arwin's Greedent. Well, this looks like to be the Arwin box, wasn't it? This was an Arwin-themed Heatwave Arena booster box. Look at that. We've pulled all of his cards, it feels like. That is so cool. Okay. Nice. Not the Misty Psyduck, but I'm really happy with this one because it fits the theme of pulling Arwin's cards, right? It does really fit the theme. Look at that one. That is so cool. Pulling both of those from a single box. That is so nice. Okay, and that is the last illustration rare. And no more double rares, so I think none of these should have anything in. But, you know, maybe a special, like, you know, super rare or something. That does happen. Wouldn't hold my breath for it, no. That's for sure. But we shall see. One more art rare on this side. Is it maybe hiding in here? Nope, that's just a Butterfree. That is just a Butterfree. Alright. I think I can go through these Heatwave Arena booster packs now rather quickly, since apart from maybe a super rare, which I don't think, there's nothing we could really expect. This, on the other hand, though, the Battle Partners still has some things left to pull. So let's see, Iono's Wattrel, we've got a Sprigatito, Swinub again, very cute. Oh, the Lycanroc, that is a good one. Also by Ghidorah, very, very cool art rare. Nice, look at the colors and everything. That is such a stunning illustration, isn't it? That is so cool. Man, okay, and Ents Castle at the end right there. Let me just sleeve you up, because you are very, very special, of course. Very nice. Okay, so it looks like we've only gotten one repeat with the Swinub right here. So that is very, very cool. So not a whole lot of repeats. This one, no repeats whatsoever, you know, apart from the double rares, but we'll disregard those. So that is very, very nice. I do love opening multiple boxes and not getting any repeats or just very, very slight repeats. Although the Swinub I can't be too mad about, because that is a cool repeat to have. The illustration is super cool. That is a card that I would love to get 3 copies out of even. That's how cool the card is to me. Let's see. Why am I getting hyped? There's nothing gonna be in these packs left. Because, you know, we've pulled everything. But we must... Actually, no. We still have one more double rare on the Battle Partner side. I know it's not gonna be like the double rare that pulls it ahead of Heatwave Arena. Oh my god. Okay. It is an additional super rare. Holy moly, this box was stacked. Look at that Judge, man. Look at how cool he looks. Holy moly, this box was stacked. An SAR and a super rare trainer with the Judge. Holy moly. Okay, there is no chance whatsoever that Battle Partners is gonna win this one. Holy moly, man. Just when I always say there's nothing we can expect and then this happens. That's the second time this happened, by the way. In a normal standard set, pulling a super rare or better, and then an additional super rare. That is super cool. Okay, maybe, you know, Battle Partners make it 2 for 2. That would also be a channel first. Here is Hobbs Zacian, really, really cool looking. Usually I don't like the illustrations by, what is this, Arcade CG Works, but I think this one looks okay. Oh, here's the Regirock. Look at this one. Man, I just love all the Regis, you know, the Gen 3 Regis, let's put it like that, you know, Regirock, Regice, and Registeel. I just like them. I just like them so much. And I really hope they do get some special art rares. Maybe even in the, whatchamacallit, in the special set at the end of the year, the high class set. Maybe they get some there, although, they aren't the most popular of Pokemon, right? We have to acknowledge that they aren't the most popular of Pokemon. I like them, but that's probably me and like 12 other people that actually like them. Okay, oh, another holographic, very nice. Iono's Kilowatt roll this time around. And here is Brock once again, sneaking up on us right at the end right there. Okay, looks like 2 packs on each side left. You know, now we really can't expect anything from Heatwave Arena. Now for sure, because we've pulled an SAR and an SR. Here's the judge again. We have pulled his full art, so that is very, very nice. Alright, let's just open the last Heatwave Arena. Because there's no suspension, at least not for me. Let's see, Yanma. We've got a Pichu, very cute. Slugma, we've got a Shaman, and a Toadscruel right at the end there. Arwin's Toadscruel. Alright, 2 more packs of Battle Partners. And let's see if maybe Battle Partners can also pull an additional Super Rare, or if Heatwave Arena will just run away with it. Okay, nothing in this one, you know, but we still have 1 pack left. Last pack magic, here we go. Last pack magic. Imagine if this last pack had an SAR, imagine. Imagine. Let's see. You have to imagine this, you have to visualize it. Visualize the Lily's Clefairy right behind the Sprigatito, that's how it works, right? Let's see. Oh, unfortunately. Okay. Well, I guess that was this opening, that was this pack battle. I'm actually really happy with the results, honestly. Alright, and I don't think I even need to put the value down below to see which side won. I'm still gonna do it just to show how much I've pulled, but that is a pretty concise victory for the Heatwave Arena side, right? If it was, like, even without the Judge full art, even without it, it would have won. Maybe even without the Arwin, because the Ethan's Typhlosion is such a popular illustration, rightfully so, by the way, rightfully so. It is a stunning illustration, so, well, there you go. What a concise victory for Heatwave Arena. Well, but I guess it does it for this video. If you enjoyed this one, then please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, then give it a thumbs down. Tell me in the comments below what you didn't like, so I can try to fix that for future videos. Other than that, right here's the video that YouTube thinks is best suited for you. Right here's the subscribe button. Click this one first, then click this video. Or check out any of the other videos in the description below. And I hope we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace, peace. Take care.